Okay, finally, good afternoon and welcome to Table Talk on 802 Scoop, live from 185 North Main Street in Barre. It's not a bad day today.
No, it's not that bad.
It's a little damp and a little
Seemed
cloudy,
colder
but
this morning though, didn't it?
I thought so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember. I didn't look to see what it was, truthfully. I just know that the dogs went out and they came right back in. They didn't stay out there a long time.
That's usually a pretty good sign that it's cold out.
Yeah, they're a little bit wimpy sometimes.
Yeah.
Admittedly.
Well, if your belly dragged in the snow, you'd be wimpy too.
There's no snow out there where they're walking.
Oh, that's right. They
now.
stay on the little
They
racetrack.
stay on their little racetrack, their snow-blowed racetrack. They're kind of spoiled that way.
Yeah.
That they have, that option for that because my dad. So this weekend there are some fun things coming up. We have the sledding party that's going to be at the Elmwood Cemetery that was supposed to be last weekend, but they were worried about the crappy rain, and hopefully they'll have a really good weekend for it. It even looks like we're going to get snow tomorrow night into Thursday.
Oh, great.
So for around here, I don't know. It shows that we're in the lighter blue area, the 2 to 4 inches, which I'm good with that because the darker says 8+.
Really?
Yeah, that I would not be so happy about. I don't think that I want to deal with that, but it would make for some pretty good sledding weather.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, they would probably be happy about that. Lots of high school games going on. I try to post them all.
Yeah.
Danville, Williamstown. I don't know what the local kids have going on. Probably stuff as well.
It's usually
the
games
real
I think
local.
are like Tuesdays and Thursdays, something like that.
Right. So,
Yeah.
and today's Tuesday. Honey.
Today's Tuesday, so there's games tonight, I'm sure.
There's games tonight and all over, and we try to post as many as we can, as long as people post them so that I can, so that I see them.
Yeah.
If I only can post them, and if people send them to me.
Right now, we're only about a little over 6 weeks away from tournaments. So 6 weeks left in the winter sports season.
That's
Not counting the tournaments, but.
And those are going to start soon, and hopefully we're going to have be talking a lot more about that.
Yeah.
In the upcoming weeks.
Yeah, so I went to a tournament committee meeting last night.
How did that go?
Good, it went well. The semifinals and finals will start the week of March 2nd. So those 2 weeks, a 2nd and a 9th. Mm-hmm. And I think the girls are first this year.
And everyone from all over comes here.
Oh, yeah. It's
not anything that is just the local schools. Literally,
Right.
people travel from all over to play here at the Odd.
all over the place. You got teams come up from Rutland, Brattleboro. Well, not Rutland because they're Division I, but you got teams from down south. You get teams from up north. We've had years where there's been a team from, let's say, down the Bennington area. Travel all the way up. Well, a team from Newport's coming down, so it's
And then let's slide back to the sledding party for a second and just say it's from 10 to 2. 10 to noon, I mean,
10 to noon?
on Saturday, on the 17th. So I think it sounds like loads of fun.
And I think people would be encouraged to park in the cemetery, not on Washington
Oh,
Street.
God, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. Hopefully. And then also this weekend, it's kind of a busy weekend around here. On Sunday, Emsley's is doing a Bridal Expo. And I believe that we'll have somebody in here this week about that as well. I think that Kate is going to join us from Emsley's, you and I, on Thursday to talk a little more about that. But it's the Sunday, the 18th, at the Elks from 11 to 2, and it's everything weddings, flowers, cakes, like everything that you could imagine that you need, catering, the whole 9 yards. So the Central Vermont Bridal Expo by Emsley's, the Florist and Gifts, and that's going to be right over here at the Elks this weekend. So fun stuff there too. And then we know Friday Night Lights.
Yep.
That always happens, Friday Night Lights at the
is.
BOR. That takes place this weekend. I posted that. I can't remember who's playing, but you can look for us and tell us who's playing.
Yeah, let's see. It won't tell me on here who's playing. It just says what the schedule is.
That's all it says.
Yeah.
I don't know if it will tell me because I posted the ad for the night. Let's see, Black Bear, Linden Red Wings.
Oh.
So the BOR.
6:15 p.m.
It says the puck drops at 7:30.
Yep. So they have ice from 6:15 to 8:30.
Yep. So that's when the puck drops for that, and I don't know. I got to get out and see one of those games as well. I think it's pretty cool. And then let's talk about Rosie for a minute. Have you met Rosie? You need to meet Rosie. So Rosie is this young lady who started Happy Good Day Vermont. Oh gosh, Liam says, tell Jeff I ate all the real chocolate.
I'm biting my tongue.
So Rosie is this young lady who drew this thing out on her. She was sitting on the floor in the living room and drew this thing out and said, Happy Good Day. Her family really encouraged her to keep up with that.
Yeah.
She goes to Callis Elementary, and so the whole school embraced it, and she has t-shirts and sweatshirts and hats, and she donates a portion of her proceeds to local nonprofits and has done all kinds of great things. And she does that from her own heart. That was her idea.
Yeah.
When they first started out, they were printing having someone print all their stuff. Well, now they have a print shop in their house. And they're doing all their own printing and stuff too. So even better, and just more cool. But right now she is doing like another fundraiser. So we are helpless for a good cause. One of Rosie's goals for 2026 was to keep giving. So we are making a few pink items special for an upcoming event to raise funds for Branches of Hope, which is a cancer patient fund here in Central Vermont. So anything, and when you go on her website, which is or you can go to Facebook too, but Happy Good Day, Facebook page, Happy Good Day Vermont. And there's a hyphen between happy and then hyphen good hyphen day and then VT in capital letters, the whole thing. And then you can order any of that stuff, but you can also find them on Happy Good Day VT on the web and order some stuff up.
Nice.
Super cute. And you help her, and she's just the sweetest little thing.
Yeah.
They own the subway on the Barre Montpelier Road.
Oh,
in the little
okay.
plaza down near the
Yeah,
McDonald's.
that's
and
where
stuff.
Hair
Yeah.
Advantage used to be, that little
Yeah,
area there.
down
Yeah.
there. Super good people. I adore them. Yeah. So anyways, check
I always
out.
liked that subway.
I do too. actually.
Yeah.
I think it's good stuff. Yeah. What else you got? Anything? You see,
Not
we're
much. Well, we saw that little thing this morning. The town manager in Waterbury has resigned or is resigning.
Yeah, he hasn't been there very
And
long.
haven't heard any news about anything happening down there that maybe he's just decided to move on.
Well, and they said that they would, the full story later
Yeah.
on today or whatever. And who knows, maybe it's been posted since we saw it, maybe an hour ago
Yeah.
now. Not that long ago that it posted. But we'll keep checking and see if we can find out. City managers are tough, huh?
Yeah. Well, this guy hasn't been there that long because Bill Sheplik retired just a couple of years ago. See, back when, when Mike Welch was city manager here, these three guys all came in about the same time: Welch, Frazier, and Sheplik. And of course, Mike Welch left here a long time ago to go to St. Johnsbury. But Frazier, he just got done. That's 30 years, and Sheplik was pushing 30 years there in Waterbury too.
Yeah.
So.
And we know Northfield's in the same boat. They have Steve McKenzie over there,
Yeah.
part-time, temporary, interim, whatever you want to
Yeah.
call it, doing their thing over there because they don't have a city manager either.
Oh.
No. So we have a good portion of the community bitching about ours. We have a couple that have just said, screw it, we're not doing this
Yep.
anymore in other communities. But yeah,
That's got to be a tough job.
but I'm surprised in Waterbury. So we'll see what happens there. I'm sure it is a tough job. I'm sure that it's definitely nothing I'd want to do, for sure.
No.
But I'm always amazed by, I guess I didn't understand kind of the role that he literally, or she, whoever the manager is, kind of is the boss of everything.
Mm-hmm.
But who is the boss of them?
Well, city council or select board,
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is, if you're in a city or a town.
Yeah. And then the council works for
The voters.
the voters. So, yeah, just curious. That question keeps coming up. Yeah, good information for sure. On Sunday, the Barre Pack 717 visited the South Barre Fire Station led by Josh Martineau. The scouts learned about how firefighters work and about their emergency gear for different types of events. I think it's super cool that
Yeah.
they do that. When they open up the departments for the kids, they get so excited. It's such a big deal to kids, whether you're a boy or a girl.
Yeah.
It's just really cool to see all that stuff and
Yeah.
be able to get in the truck and climb around. And it shows, them getting a little tour and learning all the info. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And they do stuff like that down here too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They usually do theirs, I think, around Fire Prevention Week.
Yeah. The Den in Williamstown is hiring a full-time experienced cook, and you can apply in person
Well, there you
at
go.
the Den. Honey, I don't need to do one more thing.
You're a pretty good cook.
I know, but I don't need to do one more thing. Good Lord. You can apply in person. You do it. Monday
Yeah.
through Friday from 2 to close. And then on Saturdays and Sundays from, 2 to close, Monday through Friday, noon to close, Saturday and Sunday. You can apply right there at the Den. And, of course, competitive pay depending on experience. And they have a really kick-ass menu. It's not a huge menu, but I think that's what makes it better.
Yeah.
Is because they're not trying to cook a million different things. They have dialed in on the menu and the certain things, and it makes good.
Yep.
This afternoon is the Open Hearts meeting at the Turning Point Center. I'll be there leading that. So if you are somebody who has somebody, a family, friend, whatever, who is struggling with addiction and it has affected you and you want to come and talk about it, would love to see you from 4 to 5 today at the Turning Point Center right over on Air Street in Barre, 17 Air Street to be exact. And if you can't participate in person, you can always participate by Zoom via the meeting ID 802 space 479 space 7373. Yeah. It's a good bunch over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the atmosphere in there.
You
And
see
it
mostly the
smells
right
like
same people.
coffee. So why wouldn't I mean, as soon as you walk in there, that's all you smell is that 802 coffee.
Are they still there?
They still do some stuff in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they, they don't have the storefront or any of that
Yeah.
anymore. But when you walk in there, it smells
So
so
they still
good.
roast there then.
Yeah, they must do. They do something because oh my
Well, yeah,
gosh,
you
does
can
it
smell like that.
good.
They got to be roasting. Yeah.
It smells amazing. So and that's kind of like right up like my alley because
Yeah. Well,
bottomless cup
yeah.
is what I have.
They ought to just hook you up to an intravenous.
Well, we could, and it may be helpful. And then we saw the article that a Barre man was charged with assault at a Bruins game, and which, okay, insane. That I can't imagine anything that would make me that upset at a game that I would think that I would need to beat the living shit right out of somebody, but maybe, I don't know. Who am I? A Vermont man faces charges after police say he got into a fight at a Boston Bruins game. It happened in the balcony section of TD Garden during the Rangers game on Saturday. A witness told Boston police the two men were heckling each other back and forth. Police say Aaron Tucker, 48, grabbed the other man by his neck and pushed him down the stairs. The man was taken to the hospital with head injuries. Tucker is charged with assault and battery. So,
I mean, I've been to quite a few professional games, and you do usually chirping, just getting on other people's nerves, but I don't think I've been to one where I've seen anything like that happen.
no. And I'm sure it does because we've seen it happen. We've seen talk of it happening at even kids' games
Yeah.
where parents
Yeah.
get totally out of freaking control, pissed, and like start beating on each other. It's crazy.
Yeah, parents running out onto the floor in a basketball game and attacking a basketball official.
Yeah, absolutely nuts. Police say that the guy that was charged in the crash that caused the death of the Rutland police officer, Jessica, and I can never say her name right, so I'm not even going to try. The guy that was there, the police were chasing. The judge has denied him bail again, even though they're now saying that the crash was all the fault of the Rutland Police Department or certain police on the force. So, the fact that she was a rookie and she was kind of partnered up, and that's been an interesting case to follow. Super sad.
Yep.
Super, super sad for sure. That was awful. Just the pictures alone, I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
That whole thing. And if you were another officer following or chasing and you were part of the whole thing, like how devastating that must be. The whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awful. So, but they did deny him bail. Apparently he's trying to get out of jail now that he feels as though he has no responsibility or no skin in the game. Which, no matter what, he was running from the police. And so he has to take some fault in it.
Well, he initiated the chase.
Yeah, exactly. And I guess there are laws in Vermont about that they are supposed to stop chases. But it was my understanding that it wasn't like it hadn't been going on for a
It
long
wasn't-
time. It
right.
had, like, literally just,
And it was-
it had just
If I
started.
remember right, it was right within town. It wasn't out, on a highway. It
Right,
was
yeah.
in
It
town.
was just when you're coming down, out of Killington into Rutland.
Route 4.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. Driven that road a million times,
Been
and
down there a few times.
yeah, unfortunately, and
Probably
yeah,
went to the same place you went. I don't know.
yeah,
Been down there a few times.
yeah. It's a lot of back and forth for sure, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see what happens. New to Ruthier Auto Center, right up here on South Main Street, 181 South Main Street. New to Ruthier Auto Center is walk-in oil changes.
Really?
So no appointment needed. They have a really nice waiting area, coffee, snacks, Wi-Fi, and you can get your oil changed with no appointment. So,
Wow.
a lot of people, you do that last minute or on your way home or
Yeah.
just if you have a day off, whatever. It's not something that, it's a pain in the butt to get that done.
Yeah.
And I always go way over. Do you?
No.
Are you fibbing?
No.
You don't go way over your miles. You stick right to it.
Pretty much, yeah.
As soon as that
I
light
might go
comes
over a
on.
little bit, but I'm
I'm
kinda-
always over by like 1,000 miles.
Yeah. I usually just watch the mileage and then I try to time it
I don't
with
have
either.
time for that shit.
Well, I try to time mine with either, tire changeover or inspection,
Well, and I drive way more miles than you. By like a lot. I put a lot of miles on the car. I'm supposed to have 12,000 a year, and every year, and I'm over almost by 2,000 right now on my
Well,
lease.
we had this discussion about when I had my truck and
Yeah.
I was,
So I'm gonna have to settle. I'm gonna have to
and
be careful.
your reason was the same as mine for going over because we had to bring someone
Right.
places and
Yeah, it's family member that,
Yeah.
isn't driving right now and you run all over the place and, oh, we're getting a Spectrum service alert. So that just happens. But my car, the newer cars go 10,000 miles. So get this, if you get the 10,000 mile oil, which costs a lot more money, of course, so they say. Oh my. So Glenn's got a 2019 Chevy Silverado that only has 8,300 miles on it.
don't you ever drive it, Glenn?
We have to get Glenn out of the house more.
I guess maybe.
I can't even imagine.
I bet he parks it for the winter.
No, I think for a long time he didn't go out.
Yeah.
But he's starting to now. He's going to join us one of these nights for shenanigans. So he had something come up last time, so he couldn't
Yep.
come. But he is going to come down here and join us some night when we're down here raising some hell.
Yep.
And or he could come down when we're not too. He could
Yeah.
join us on it for a noontime when
Sure.
it's more mellow, kind of get the feel of everything, and then come in
Right.
when we do shenanigans.
Yeah.
Because it does get a little bit out of control.
I know you people that get out of control, and I'm trying to hold everything together. It's pretty sad.
Well, last time we had Barb on here. So,
I
mean,
try to keep
she
everybody
hooked
under
us up.
control, and
Yeah.
you and Michael are going cuckoo.
Yeah. Yeah, you sing the bullshit right there. So, city budget. The
You
city
just called
budget.
BS.
Yes, I did just call it fake news. So the city budget congress has gotten underway, you said.
Yeah.
So what does that mean?
So all the department heads and the city manager and the city, I don't know if you call it finance director, we hole up in the big meeting room, the second floor of Alumni Hall for a whole day. Usually they schedule 2 days. And we go through everybody's budget line by line and see where we can make adjustments and to keep the tax rate down. I mean, that was a good thing. We used to do it somewhat with Steve, and then Nicholas started this thing where it's just, you dedicated, that was it. You didn't you didn't do any of your regular office work for that day. We all sat there in the room, had lunch come in, and stayed there for about 7 to 8 hours and picked through all of everybody's items, line by line.
And so, and we've heard a few things lately. So I thought the other night that Counselor Ruthier brought up a good point. He was asking about the overtime with the fire department, and because we know that they're short-staffed and they could maybe use some help, some
Right.
more help, and he wanted to know, could we save a bunch of money by hiring some more firemen? And the answer was, we could save money, but not a bunch
It won't be a
of money.
bunch. It won't be a bunch.
Because by the time you pay for health insurance, workman's comp, benefits, all of that stuff, so you will save money, but it's not like a huge, extraordinary amount. But it would be nice to add at least a couple of firemen.
Right. So the firemen's union is looking to add 4, which is that's a regular shift 4. It would be expensive, but you got to take into account the number of calls and then what we bill out for those calls. So yeah, you'll save some, not a lot, but you will save some.
And then we know that over the last, I think, maybe 3 elections now, when it comes to ballot items and
Yes.
where people throughout the city are asking
Requests,
for funds.
yeah.
The
Like
fund requests.
nonprofits and
That they've been clumping them all together into one,
Right.
and they started doing that to save money because it was less paper. And I have heard from plenty of taxpayers, and they're talking about starting a petition for this actually, that
we go back to individually
individual
listing
ones.
each and every agency that's
because
asking.
in their mind they're not saving money because they would like to deny some and be able to choose who they are giving their money to.
Right.
And there's talk that the petition literally says, we will make independent donations of our own if need be. But if these are not separated from each other, then we're just going to vote no on all of them, which would be sad. That then some places, then everybody loses, right?
Yes and no. I mean, the way it is now, it's either you get it or you don't. But I've talked to a couple people, said, I hate doing that because I don't believe in what this group is doing. I don't agree with what they do, so I don't want my dollars going to that group. I want to be able to say yes or no.
Yeah.
And I get it.
Yeah. And that's the way the majority of people really feel about it, is that stuff needs to be separated. Barb says, yes, they need to individualize them. Don't make me come in their IL.
Don't make me come in there. What was the last part?
Not sure. I will definitely sign a petition. Otherwise, I will always continue to vote no, which is what I'm hearing a lot right now. A lot of people are saying that that's what they're going to do. They're going to try to get a petition going to urge the city to separate them out. And yeah,
See, and there's some organizations. I think isn't it senior center? They're always on the, well, they were always on the ballot.
yeah. The
Council
seniors-
on Aging, things
Yeah.
like that help the elderly that
Yeah.
struggle to understand some of the freaking
Yeah.
things.
And even things like Washington County Mental Health, the
Yeah.
Turning Point Center of Central Vermont. What else? The library.
Well, the library, I think, is separate. The library is
Right, they
separate.
are
Right.
separate.
They're
That's-
separate.
that's right.
Who else? There's a couple others that are separated
Yeah.
out. The Granite Museum, they came in last year and asked to be separated.
Yep. And so how those things, hopefully they'll do it so that everybody is. And Bonnie Brolt says the same thing. They should be separated for transparency. And Barb says, come to the studio. It was
Bonnie
supposed
Brolt?
to be LOL. Yeah.
the Bonnie bro that used to work down to the police
Yeah.
fire station.
Yeah.
Well, hi, Bonnie. I like Bonnie.
Um, but she says hi to you because she's checking in with us and saying they should separate them for transparency.
Yeah.
And I mean, I agree. So we'll see what happens with that. We'll see if they do that or not. But probably not. Yes, she says hello. We saw her at the park for the lighting ceremony, right? Wasn't Bonnie down there? Didn't we see her
Oh,
down
yes,
there?
that's right. Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
So, and Barb says, I hate voting no because home health and hospice and senior center are definitely places I love to support. And that's what they're basically saying with the petition is that they'd rather vote no and then individually give money themselves than vote yes overall.
Yeah.
And that's just, that would be too bad if that were to happen. So we'll see how all of that goes. They did talk about the fact that they've already used like a crazy amount of salt and they had to borrow
From the state,
temporarily borrow salt from the state.
which we'll have to pay back.
And when you say payback, you mean just give more when
Right,
we
well,
get our shipment or whatever.
Yeah,
However that works. Yeah. Because there's already been crazy amounts of snow events. And it sounds like we're going to have another one this weekend, snow and ice. So that was on there. And then the fees. You guys changed some fees.
yeah. We do that every couple of years. We go through them, see what we can adjust. I think there's a few that are civic center related too.
And none of them were hefty.
No, they're not.
None of them were huge.
Right.
And did you guys talk about like the changes at the BOR and some maybe revenue that's going to start, some things that are happening up there?
And the BOR?
Yeah,
Well,
like the skates or whatever.
oh yeah, they want to start renting skates during public skating. And it looked like, I can't remember what it was, $3, something like that for skates. We don't, so the deal is right now, we don't rent skates at the BOR. We haven't for a few years. When I first started up there, we had a regular skate shop in there and it was run by Tygersons. And they had a sharpener in there and they had rental skates. They purchased rental skates and you could go in, rent your skates and they'd sharpen skates but it was hard for them. They're just a small shop down on Smith Street. So they'd have to hire someone to work up there the hours that, there was public skating and I think they were there during high school games too in case skates needed to be sharpened. So they had to take on a person, which means, benefits and insurance and all that stuff. And they were losing money. So they ended up closing that up. And in the meantime, BYSA, now Black Bears, took over that space as like a coach's room and storage area. So now if you're going to do that, you're going to have to open that room back up. You're going to need skates. They're talking about getting people buy new skates. They sometimes sell them themselves, but there's a bunch of them up in the basement of the auditorium from BYSA years where they did a gear swap in the fall. So some people would turn in skates. So there's skates there that probably could be used for rental skates,
Right.
but you got to have someone there to man it too.
Right. And so then there's some more. Hillary says it's only $12 to rent skates from Thagisson's now. So apparently you can still
You can still rent from
down there.
Tygerson's.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah. And do they still sharpen and all of that stuff
Yep,
too?
he has sharpening.
They do all of that stuff down there?
Yep, and who else? Jamie Fontaine does sharpening, and I think Jamie does most of it down at the Montpelier Civic Center rink. Yep.
And the place here in the city was right on Summer Street, right? Right on the
Yes.
corner in that little house
Yeah.
at the bottom of the hill?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was, years ago, it was Bernie Badeau and Jay Milne.
Yeah.
And Jay, I think he still sharpens, because I think he owns that little place now. because it used to be J Burn Sports, J and
Oh,
Bernie.
yes, that's right. Yep.
Yeah. And now, I don't know, last I knew there was like some kind of a church thing in there or something.
Jane Milne still does it, Hillary says.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of different things, and so a lot of good things are coming out of this stuff. And of course, it's not going to. Right now, the budget talks are what is frightening for everybody because that's everybody's waiting to see how much their taxes are going to go up and what's going to happen. And, it's a scary time. Tax season is never. Tax season, budget season. It's like a happy and scary time all at once.
And the big
happy
news,
for some.
the big news up on the Hill is going to be, so like I said, we're about 6 weeks away from the high school basketball tournaments. So that's the first 2 weeks of March. There's a couple of other things happening. The last Saturday in March is usually the Vermont Trappers banquet.
Yep.
After that, the auditorium is going to be shut down and not reopening until I think end of October, beginning of November.
And that's for the
And
reno.
that's for the money that we got through the Sanders program back when I was still working there, and it takes that long.
Well, it's been when Cody was here
Yes.
at BADC.
Yes.
So
Yep.
it's been, that's something that he worked on.
Yeah, 3.5 million is what we
Yeah.
secured.
So, I mean, he pushed
Yeah.
for that.
And so now finally it's going to come to fruition. They'll be shutting
AC
down.
in the auditorium, can you
Air
imagine?
conditioning, so you can have things in the summer in the upstairs.
Which would be amazing.
Oh God, yeah.
Because it's brutal in there.
I remember the first few years I worked there. Morrison and Clark guy used to do religious, gospel bands and stuff, and he'd pack it even in like May and June when it's so damn hot in there. But that's what we need is you get air conditioning in there, and that you can book that place out in the summer, and get concerts and more expos. And
It would be fun to start having all of that stuff that once was back here again, and it would be. So they're not just doing air conditioning; they're also
we're doing
updating
ADA things, new
the
doors,
bathrooms, things like that.
bathrooms. Yeah,
Yeah, so it's going to be quite the undertaking. Do you know who's doing it?
I do, but I don't know if it's been announced yet.
Oh, so you can't say yet. Okay.
I don't
so
know
we
if they've
can't say that.
approved the contract yet.
Yeah.
I was on the selection committee,
And so we'll probably know soon.
so I'm sworn to secrecy.
You're sworn. That's it. 2 weeks until the show, meaning at the Barre Elks Lodge, 100% proceeds go to Capstone Community Action, but it's the Rock City Barre's one and only rock and soul chorus. Have you seen them yet? Because they're really good.
No.
They
You
did.
have?
I went to a benefit last year or the year before, I think. Rosemary, Michael Booten, the gang, all of us went. And the same thing, they were at the Elks. And I can't remember who they were doing the benefit for that night, but we all went. It was a really good time, and they do a great job. And it's a huge crowd, and they have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot. It was a lot of great fun. And Capstone could definitely use everyone's support.
And when is this?
So,
When is it?
it's next weekend, January 23rd. So tickets are available. If you haven't gotten those tickets, make sure that you do. You can go to Rock City's Facebook page, or just look right here on Facebook, and the link and everything is on our page as well, so that you can get tickets to go to that.
Am I right? There's some Barre people that are in the group, and
There are a lot of Barre people that are in the group, and so it was fun to watch. It was a good time, so people should check it out. Go if you can. I think that, I don't know, we were invited to some other dinner, I think, but I don't know what. I didn't even tell you yet.
we were invited to a dinner that you didn't tell me about.
Yeah, I didn't tell you yet, but we'll talk.
He
about
kind of just did. So.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Well, so who knows what we're doing
I don't.
with all of that stuff? I don't know. I don't know yet. President and COO of Central Vermont Medical Center is getting done. She's going to retire. And Anna Noonan.
Yeah.
It reportedly will leave her role in the spring 2026 after 9 years there. I believe like a week ago, they announced who the temporary would be there.
Yeah.
Or that there was an interim or something. And so she has officially announced that will be happening. So, yeah. So Noonan's work there earned national recognition and got graduate medical education funding, among other achievements. She also reportedly began her 50-year-long career at Central Vermont Hospital as a nurse's aide.
Wow.
So she's there a long time. Yeah, pretty cool. So that's it. I don't really know anything else that's going on except, all of this stuff in the community, which if you look on our page, you'll see a bunch of it all the time. I try to post as much as I can. And then if you click the little circle, and if you're on your phone, if you have an Android, if you have an iPhone, don't ask me because I have no freaking clue. I look at those things and they're foreign and they just make me get upset and anxious because I have no clue what the hell.
One thing I want to do, I want to give a shout out to the DPW workers who had taken a bunch of shit from everybody about, potholes, and those guys have been busting their asses for the last few weeks between all these storms we've had, water pipe breaks, water main breaks, and they're out there working day and night to take care of that shit. So cut them some slack.
And there are some vicious holes, but
Yes,
you and
there are.
I have been going back and forth to Montpelier the last
Terrible.
week
Montpelier
now,
is terrible.
trying to help someone out, my son, trying to do some stuff, and the holes are huge. And last night we're going down the Barre Montpelier Road, and there's this big ass barrel in the road, just past the car wash.
Yeah, they must have been marking that deep. There's one real deep pothole down there after you go past the
that I
car
believe
wash.
that we keep seeing people pulled over with flat tires right after
Yep.
that deep hole. But if you drive around Montpelier at all, you'd be grateful for the way the roads are in Barre. I'm just telling you right now. The roads down there are absolutely horrendous.
Terrible.
And they make Air Street look wonderful.
Yeah.
And that's scary. That's
Yep.
a scary thought. But they are bad. I can't even believe it. So I agree with you. They do need some
Yeah, those guys were out
pat on
all
the
night
back
the
for
other
doing
night
what
over
they
in front of
do.
the Elks Club. It was,
Everybody knows where that big pothole is. Why don't they fix it? Who knows? Call the state of Vermont, because it's their responsibility. And
yeah.
it just like South Main Street up here by the post office.
Right. So that's the state. That's Route
But they've
14.
kicked it down the road until when now? 2030?
2030.
They've kicked the paving down on down the road some more. It was supposed to happen this spring, but
Yep.
they kicked it down the road. Yeah.
They went from 26, then they said it would be either 28, 29, now they're saying 30.
And I know that they were talking the other night that if the city does go ahead and fix it, you're out that money. Because the chances of getting reimbursed by the state for fixing a state road are pretty slim.
Yep.
And that's extra money that you're taking out of your city budget to fix city roads if you're trying to fix the state highway. And the state highway literally it's where does it start again on Main Street? Like at the statue, kind of like at that intersection, kind of.
This one up here?
Yeah.
It actually runs all the way through. I mean, so
Because they're
14,
responsible for Main Street too.
14 comes down Maple Avenue, and then it kind of blends in with 302.
Right.
So everything, that whole main road, it doesn't matter. That's state land.
Yeah.
It's state road.
Yep.
State and U.S. because 302 is a U.S. route.
Right. Yeah. So, but Main Street is the city responsibility, or is it not?
No, it's still considered federal state. So I don't know how that works, if, they contribute to that. I remember when we did the big dig.
Right. Yep.
That was I call BS project.
That was a BS project.
That was a lot of work.
Yeah, it was.
New water main lines into buildings down the main street. And what was that, 2 years, 3 years?
Yeah, it was a long
in the
time.
works?
It was a long time.
Yeah.
But I agree. The state should fix the state, and but the guys around here take it hard a lot because people think that they should be doing it, and so I was happy to hear them explain. Sometimes I wish that city council meetings were the minutes were printed in the paper or something afterwards, so that people that don't attend heard these things, because that was good information to know that it's not the responsibility of the city. And if we spend whatever it was, crazy amount of money to fix South Main Street again up by Cumberland Farms, which they already did once a couple of years ago, if they spend that money, that comes out of whatever budget it is to do Air Street or some of the side streets
Plus, we
around
did a
here.
section up on Main Street up here, remember, because of the ruts?
Yep. So, then the city is taking that out of their paving budget to fix the state stuff, and then you got to hope that you get reimbursed, and that doesn't.
And if you do get reimbursed, it takes years to get it.
Yep. So, when you're trashing on those guys and really giving them hell, just remember that they're out there
don't take it
working
out
hard.
on them.
Yeah, don't take it out on them, for sure. not.
They don't get paid enough for what they do.
I mean, we're all frustrated. I understand when we're driving down the road and, you have those big ass holes and you hit one at night because you can't see. It's so dark, especially on the Barre Montpelier Road, or there's no freaking lines. There's no lines on the road. There's shitty lighting. The roads are wet. You can't see where the hell you're going. Never mind, see a big crater in the road that's going to eat a whole tire in a matter of seconds. You can't see.
So I got out last night. I got out last night at that pull off after you left. I got out and I took my little snow brush thing and I
to clean the
cleaned my
lights?
headlights. They're totally freaking covered. Mud, salt, all
I
kinds
told
of
you
crap.
we should have stopped at the gas station and cleaned them off when we were waiting. We should have cleaned them off because you couldn't see it. I didn't think you had them on. I thought you just had your parking lights on. But so add that to the mix, right? Add that to the mix. I don't know. I want oil-based paint for the roads again, so that it actually sticks to the freaking roads.
And they don't put the reflection glass.
In it anymore. Yeah. They don't put as many. They use something for reflection.
It's a real cheap
but it
thing.
Washes away. Yeah, it peels up, washes away,
right.
And the paint definitely peels up and washes away because it's latex.
Yeah. Like last May and June, they were doing like Maple Avenue, Summer Street, our guys, which, they use the same stuff that the state does.
Yeah.
It's all gone. It's already worn off.
Yeah. Well, they even accidentally spilled a bunch in front of City Hall.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
Gone.
Didn't take long to clean that up.
No. It's, and that should have, if you had spilled the old stuff, that would have been years.
Yeah.
You'd have had to resurface that shit before it went away. It's true. But I wish they would do that. So I just always say, passing, optional.
Yes, we know.
There's
Apparently red lights are optional too.
You don't know if stop. You don't know if there's double line, dotted line. You don't know if there's a freaking line at all.
You might
as well just make
I'm not
up your
so
own
big
line.
on the center line, but I like the fog lines
Right.
on the right.
The white line for sure. So you can follow along.
Yeah.
Which would have been coming real handy the other night on Route 12 because that sucked.
When it was foggy, that was
awful.
terrible.
That was awful. So yeah.
But yeah, just so everyone knows, red lights are optional. Turn left on red, optional. Go straight through red, optional. Not, I'm not
Fake,
blaming anybody for doing that,
Fake
but
news.
I've seen it happen.
fake news.
Fake news. Declare BS.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that's BS. I have no idea what you're talking
Then
about.
try to accuse me of doing it.
The hell they are, Glenn says. Hopefully Glenn never sees me driving. Don't go there, Jeff. So I do it safely, Glenn, just so that you know. So let's
But you
talk about
accused
this.
me of going through one, and I
You
was
did.
yellow when I went.
It was not yellow, it was red. So
How the hell would you know? You were going like 10 miles faster than me.
when you are at Price Chopper, you're coming out of Price Chopper, you want to go left to Barre. And it's early in the morning, later at night, absolutely no traffic whatsoever. And you have to sit there through that red light when you can clearly see to clear to frickin' Barre to the left and to the right to Montpelier. And there you can see that there's no police and no traffic. You go left on red.
Yeah, I can see now the cop was, that's right, ma'am, because if there's nothing coming, you can still go. Sorry, we were in the wrong.
Hey, I came to a dead stop first. A dead stop. Waited. Looked all around. There's nothing. Then I go. I proceed with caution. I mean, I wouldn't do that up at the hospital, that intersection.
Yeah, that up there.
I wouldn't do anything like that up there.
Sometimes I don't dare to go when it's green.
Or
up there.
even at Hill Street. Where's the other one? Down here by Maple Avenue at Mr. Z's. No freaking way.
Yeah.
People are batshit crazy for the Beltline.
Yeah.
The bottom of, remember the other day I told you I almost got killed at somebody was coming down Berlin Street. They must have lost their brakes though and knew what was going on because they were blaring their horn and flashing that they had their
four ways
on and they were really but they were screaming.
you
I
told
was
me.
headed up toward the hospital and they were coming down Berlin going to go straight across and they were definitely panicked.
Were you already in the intersection or were you just getting
Just about. I just got to it and I had a green light. I was just about to go through and I heard the horn because the light turned green and I was ready to go. And I heard him coming though, thank goodness, that he was doing that. And he came screaming through. But yeah, I think that he had something mechanical malfunctioning happening. Yeah. So it was scary. Scared the shit out of me. Didn't like it. So anyway, tune in tomorrow night for the girls. We'll be here for 4 quarters. So tune in at 5:30 with Lori Shepard, CB, and I think Wheels will be here. And then Jeff and I will be back on Thursday for Table Talk. And I believe that Kate from Emsley's is going to be over here with us to talk some more about the Bridal Expo, tell everybody what that's about. We have some other guests that will be coming in soon. And then on Friday morning, tune in for Right Side Up with Mike.
I got to send Megan an email. I spoke to her last night about coming in and talking about the tournaments. So I'll just tell her what days and she'll let her pick what she wants.
And Barb says she was walking by the studio before, and so she said that's why she said, don't make me come in there.
Oh.
Well, she should have. We would have let her pull up a seat. So anyways, take care, everyone. Have a good afternoon. It sounds like you might want to get your driving and stuff done today because tomorrow's going to be a little bit crappy. It's going to be like rain, sleet, snow, and then just snow. So it's going to be a little crappy out.
Great.
So be safe, be ready, all that good stuff. Have a great day.